Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga by Hannah. Today we're going to be doing yoga for uncertainty. We're just going to be moving through a few poses nice and slowly to calm an anxious mind. So when you're ready, we're going to begin today in legs up the wall. You guys might know this is one of my personal favorites. I'm just going to move my puppy out of the way. So to get into legs at the wall, just snuggle your hips right up against the wall, bend your knees, take your hand to the mat and just do a little tuck and roll move. Try and get your hips as close to the wall as you can and send your legs straight up the wall. From here, if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can slide it underneath the hips just to lift the hips up a little bit. I find this is a really nice little way to elevate the hips so that you're creating a bit of a slope from the heart to the head, which can be really calming for the nervous system. If you'd like to, you can also pop a blanket or a pillow underneath the head as well. This can be really nice if the mind is busy. So just bringing your arms to rest out beside you, palms facing up. And you can close down the eyes straight away here. Just taking a little body scan, noticing anywhere you might be holding any tension. And just beginning to relax through all the muscles of the body, allowing the legs to be heavy, feeling the weight of the legs sinking into your hips. And just noticing which areas of the body are pressing into the mat. And allowing the body to get nice and heavy here, really sinking into the mat. And just become aware of your thoughts now. Maybe you're thinking of something that happened earlier on today. Maybe you're worried about something that might happen in the future. And just know that whatever's going on in the outside world, that for the next few minutes, you can let all of that stuff go. And just come home to yourself on your mat. Just beginning to take a few rounds of nice slow breath here. And just bringing your awareness to the sound of your breath. My dogs want to join in today. Let me know if your pets are joining in too. Just taking a few rounds of breath here as you begin to let go of the outside world and connect to yourself, to your breath. Noticing the chest and the belly inflating as you inhale. Notice if the thoughts begin to wander. And if they do, it's completely normal. Just acknowledge what comes up and then let it go. And bring your awareness back to the sound of your breath. When you're ready, bend the knees in towards the chest and gently roll over to the side and press yourself up. We're going to make our way into all fours here. I'm just going to let him stay on my blanket. Just move your blankets or your props over to one side. When you get to your all fours position, spread your fingertips nice and wide. Make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and that your knees are underneath your sit bones. Have a nice flat back and send your gaze forward. From here, we're just going to take a few rounds of nice, slow cat-cows, just bringing some movement through the spine. And just imagine here that you're moving through honey, so moving nice and slow. As you inhale, drop the belly, open up through the chest, gaze forward. As you exhale, curl through the spine and drop the head. Inhale to drop the belly, open up through the chest, gaze forward. You can shut the eyes here if you'd like to. Exhale to curl through the spine, press away from the mat. Inhale, come forwards, send the gaze up. And exhale, curl through the spine. Good. Just take a couple more here at your own pace. Moving with the breath, really connecting the movement to your breath. Really focusing on that. Good. Good, and come back to an all fours position. From here, bring the knees together, toes can touch, and then press your hips all the way back towards your heels. Reach the fingertips forwards and allow the head to come to rest on your mat, coming into your extended child's pose. We're going to stay here in a stillness for a few rounds of breath. If you'd like to take your blanket or your block underneath the forehead, then feel free to do so. Just coming back to the sound of your breath here. Maybe you notice the rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Maybe you rock the forehead a little from side to side here, giving yourself a nice massage on the forehead. Just moving nice and slowly, allowing yourself to just settle into this pose. No rushing. Just trying to find a bit of stillness today in the body, but also in the mind. So as we move through the next few poses, if you find the thoughts beginning to scatter and wander, just coming back to the sound of your breath and the idea of connecting your breath to the movement. Lovely. When you're ready, press back up to all fours. Take the knees back underneath your hips. And from here, we're just going to walk the hands forwards towards the front of the mat and allow the chest and the forehead to melt towards your mat here. Arms stay engaged here, so reaching forwards, coming into your extended puppy pose. This is another lovely pose for creating that little slope, so your heart is slightly above your head. And again, a pose that will calm down your nervous system. And so just allow yourself to find some stillness here. Take a few rounds of nice deep breath. Lovely. Finding stillness can be really tricky in our modern day lives. We tend to rush from one thing to the next, so I know it can be hard, but just stick with it. Just trust that it's really beneficial. And from here, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press back up to your all fours position. Walk the hands forward slightly, spread the fingertips nice and wide. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale to look forwards, draw the belly up in towards the spine, and exhale, send your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Good. When you get here, make any adjustments you need to. So just making sure there's lots of space between the shoulders and the ears. Heels are drawing towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't reach the mat. You can have a slight bend in the knees if you'd like to. Chest draws towards the thighs. You can find a stillness here, or if you want to take a little movement, you can slowly walk the dog. Remember, we're imagining that we're moving through honey. So nice and slow, nice and easy. Maybe you shake the head from side to side. And then finding a little stillness here. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, release through the mouth. Good. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg all the way up towards the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step that right foot forwards in between the hands, pivot on your back foot. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up, coming into your warrior two. Now, feel free to make any adjustments here. So maybe you widen your stance a little, maybe you sink a little deeper. Just make sure that your head is over your heart is over pelvis. You want to make sure that your front knee, so your right knee is tracking towards your right toe. Front knee is over front ankle. And send your gaze over your front middle fingers. We're going to stay here for a couple of rounds of breath, just enjoying the strength of this pose, enjoying taking up space. Good. Press through the knife edge of the back foot. One more round of breath. Lovely. From here, take your hands onto your hips, straighten through the front leg, and you're just going to sort of hop your back leg forward slightly, so both toes are facing forwards on a train track. Inhale to sweep the fingertips all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, bring the arms behind you, take hold of opposite elbows. Take a nice deep inhale here, lengthen through the spine, crown of the head towards the sky. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips. Shine your heart forwards as you fold. Don't worry about how far down you go, just square off through the hips. Keep the back nice and straight. You should feel a nice stretch along the back of the calves here. Just take a couple of rounds of breath. Good. Exhale, release the arms, bend the front knee. Take the fingertips to the mat and just walk them around to the left side of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can adjust the stance of your feet, so you can widen if you'd like to. Inhale to come up onto the fingertips, look forwards. And exhale to hinge from the hips, take your forward fold, crown of the head towards the mat. Good. We're here for a couple of rounds of breath. So just coming back to the sound of your breath. Good. From here, inhale to come back onto your fingertips, and as you exhale, pivot on the feet, walk the fingertips back around to the front of your mat, step your back foot forwards, coming into your forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale here, bend the knees as much as you need to, and as you exhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up, coming into your Tadasana or your mountain pose. Palms face forward here, spread the fingertips, tuck your tailbone under, draw up through the spine and tuck the chin slightly. I invite you to close the eyes here and just come back to the sound of your breath. Just cultivating a sense of stillness on the mat today. And we're here for a few breaths, so just enjoy the stillness. And just bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Feel the connection of your feet to the mat, to the earth. Grounding down into the earth. Connecting you. Lovely. Blink the eyes open. And from here, you're just going to take a little roll. So tuck the chin towards the chest and roll back down through the spine, nice and slowly, all the way down to the bottom. And then making your way back into your extended child's pose. So hips towards the heels. Fingertips reach towards the front of your mat. Melt your forehead into the mat. And just allow yourself a couple of nice, deep, long breaths here. Just letting go of anything that's going on in the outside world. And just imagine that you're breathing in positivity and exhaling anything that no longer serves you. Good. When you're ready, come back to your all fours position. Take the knees back underneath the hips, and you're going to walk the palms forward again as we come back into our extended puppy pose. Chest melts towards the mat. Maybe your forehead comes to rest on the mat. Nice heart opener here. And allow yourself to find some stillness once again. And if the mind is wandering, just coming back to the sound of your breath. Good. Well done, everyone. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, push back up into your all fours position. Take the hands slightly further forward, spread the fingertips, curl the back toes under, inhale, and as you exhale, send the hips up nice and high, back to your downward facing dog. This time in our dog, we're going to take a little twist. So just lifting the right hand off the mat. Take your right hand to your left shin and take your gaze underneath the left armpit. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And release back down as you exhale. Good. Take it to the other side. So lift your left hand up, take it to your right shin or ankle. And then send your gaze underneath the right armpit. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Good. And exhale to take it all the way back down to your downward dog. This time, inhale, lift the left leg up all the way towards the sky. And as you exhale, step that left leg all the way up to the top of your mat. Pivot on your back foot and inhale, come up to your warrior two. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Front knee is tracking towards the left pinky toe. Send your gaze over your middle finger. And just take a couple of rounds of breath here. See if you can sink a little lower this time. Just enjoying taking up space. Good. Lovely. From here, take the hands to the hips, and you're just going to step that back foot up again. So both legs are both feet are facing towards the front edge of your mat, and legs are on train tracks. So just make any adjustments that you need to here. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, take hold of opposite elbows. Try and take hold of the elbows the opposite way around this time, so it might feel a little bit weird. Take a nice deep inhale as you lengthen up through the spine, crown of the head towards the sky, and then as you exhale, pivoting from the hips, sending your heart forwards, begin to fold. Nice straight back here. If you'd like to, if it's available to you, you can take the fingertips or the palms to the mat or to blocks. Otherwise, you can just stay here. Good. When you're ready, bending that front knee, releasing the arms as you exhale. Take the fingertips to the mat and just walk the fingertips all the way around to the right side of the mat this time. I'm just going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. But we're coming back into that forward fold. So as you inhale, fingertips come up to the fingertips, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, begin to draw the crown of the head towards the mat. Just allowing the head to feel nice and heavy here. Maybe you notice the sensation of the blood rushing to your head. Maybe you notice your heartbeat. Maybe you come back to the sound of your breath. Just taking a couple of more moments here in the stillness. Good. And when you're ready, inhale to come up to the fingertips and exhale to pivot back around, twist on your toes and step the back foot forward into your forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale here, and as you exhale, rolling up nice and slowly through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Coming back into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Tuck the tailbone underneath you, draw up nice and tall through the spine. Roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. Spread the fingertips nice and wide, tuck the chin slightly. And I invite you to close the eyes. Just taking a moment here to really be in your body, enjoying this sensation that you have created, this stillness. Coming back to the sound of your breath. Taking a few moments here before you continue with the rest of your day, just to enjoy doing nothing and being still. Not thinking, not doing, just being. When you're ready, blink the eyes open. Sweep the hands up towards the sky, palms kiss together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center, and we'll close our practice today in Tadasana. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope your mind is feeling a little less scattered and calmer, and I hope you can take this stillness that you've cultivated with you through the rest of your day. Namaste.